So in this program we will print that if the entered number by the user is even or odd. But before starting the code we need to know the conditions for even or odd number, right? So if we divide any number by 2, that is, this n is any number, integer number, it has to be integer only. And if we divide that number with 2 and the remainder is 0, this is for remainder. Okay, so if that remainder is 0, it means the number is fully divisible by 2, and that number is called as even number. And the number which is not fully divisible by 2, which means that the remainder is not 0 but there is some value left, that is 1 or not equals to 0, that number is called as odd number. Okay, and one hint is that if an integer number ends with, you can say, the even number, and suppose you have multiple figures, multiple digits in a number, and the very last number, just you have to see that number. If that number is even, let's suppose we have number 152 and here 2 is an even number, so the whole number is even. But in 161 the last number is 1, which is odd, so the number is odd. So that's just a general hint, but in coding how we are going to implement this thing, we will see over here. So inside my data part, I'm asking the user to enter the number to check that is even, if it's even or odd. So user will enter the number. So I will store that number in n later on, because we know that after this input, the input gets stored in EAX only, and we will move that input in n later on. So we can even go without this. You can see I will show you how to just deal with EX instead of using any other variable. Okay, because by default its answer will be in EAX. So these two are the strings, so just to display that the number is even or odd on the screen as it is. Okay, so we have to write a procedure, right? We are dealing with the procedures. So this is my procedure declaration. My procedure name is even / dash odd. This is the prototype, and this is the proto directive, right? Then comma, value is the name of my variable, and dword is its type. This is a simple declaration, no definition is going to be here. Okay, inside my main procedure I am passing the offset of string 3, and string 3 is what? This is my string 3. Enter number to check for the even odd, and then by using these two statements this string gets printed on the screen. I hope you are already familiar with how to display strings, because we have covered this in detail in the previous videos. But here call read int, it just reads the input from the user. In some, you can see in C++ it acts as some cin, right? This call read int acts as cin. So after reading the value from the user, after you display this thing, then the user will enter some number. It will get displayed in stored in EAX. Okay, and here you can see I have skipped this movement from EAX into some other variable. We don't need this. We can also pass that integer, that register value to our procedure. Okay, I'm doing this direct over here. I'm passing that register. EX is containing the input value. I'm passing that input value directly by register, and this is I'm calling my even odd function. So inside function, let's go there. So here you can see in my EX I am firstly moving that value. That value is what? The number that the user has entered in EX, right? Here we were passing EAX value to this function, which means that EX value is received by now value. This value is, suppose user has entered 5, so value is containing now 5. Okay, so now that value gets stored in EAX, right? You cannot say that here the value was in EX, so here again the value has to be in EX. No, that EX value is contained by this value, right? So in order to get our value in EAX in this function, we have to move it again in EAX. Okay, and inside my E6 I am moving 2. Why I'm using these 3 registers in a row, EX, then E6, and then EDX also? we have to know that EDX is used for remainders, right? And in this example we know that we have to deal with remainders in order to know that whether our number is even or odd. And in assembly we get to know about remainders or its answer by using the div instruction. That is, we divide the numbers, two numbers, and the quotient gets stored in EAX. We have to remember these things, that quotient is in EX and remainder is in EDX. So we have to check after division, we have to check this answer of the remainder, if it is 0 or if it is 1. If after division the EDX is containing 0, I will print even number. If it is 1, then I will print on the screen odd number, right? So here EDX is playing a very important role in this logic. So that's why you can see here, after moving 2 in this EX, why I'm moving 2? Because I know that in order to check for even or odd number, we have to divide by 2, right? So that 2 I'm moving in ECX. And here why I'm you can say clearing this EDX with 0, because I know that my EDX is going to store what? It is going to store remainder value, right? So previously in the above procedure you can see EDX was containing the string, right? So we have to clear it out before moving the remainder or before getting our remainder. So we always have to clear our EDX, otherwise sometimes in some compilers the result is not displayed correctly. Okay, I'm clearing my EDX, and then by this instruction div ECX, it does what? It divides this, so you can say ECX, EX and ECX, and the result also gets stored in, you can say the quotient gets stored in EX. This instruction basically gives us two results, one remainder and one quotient, both by this instruction. But quotient in EX, remainder in EDX. But right now we don't need whatever the quotient is. We are just, you can say, focused on